Thank you for joining us for today's webinar. My name is Angela Cabela.
And my name is Brandy Gans.
We want you to know about what the Innovation Fund entails. This is a $225,000 one-time innovation fund in which you can apply for grants ranging from $5,000 to $50,000. There's a formal application process, and there are two main grants in which one can apply for: the Government Innovation Fund and also the Community Nonprofit Innovation Fund.
When you're submitting your ideas for your grants, there are a couple things that we would like for you to keep in mind. They should be innovative and original, support greater efficiencies, emphasize priority outcomes and quality of life, and be feasible and measurable.
Examples that the Innovation Fund will cover are low-cost applications increasing efficiencies. This means that this could be a mobile application or it could be a web-based application. However, there should be some justification on how this increases operational excellence or internal or external customer service. There are many emerging technologies in Howard County, the state, United States, and globally. And if there is an emerging technology that's ready to pilot or implement, and there will be an immediate impact to the community or the organization, then that could be a good example for what an innovation fund might cover. When we say process automation, moving from analog to digital, it's not just about paperless or going on the web. There should be an innovative aspect to this, and that should be strongly justified in the application. There are many social innovations. Currently, Howard County's Horizon Foundation has a Change Maker Challenge in which there are many social innovations that are highlighted. We encourage you to look at those, since those are some really good examples in the community. And then finally, our one-time costs for infrastructure efficiency improvements. So we emphasize here the one-time cost. Know that this is a one-time innovation fund. If there are other things to consider that are ongoing costs, that organization be prepared to shoulder that.
As you are looking at submitting your ideas, we also want to make sure that they're focused on the priority areas that we have identified in Howard County. The areas that we've identified are safe and engaged communities, clean and sustainable environment, and residents, reliable and accessible infrastructure, and strong and prosperous businesses. For instance, if you click on thriving and healthy residents, you see the information that we have identified that is important to us within Howard County. And then below that, you also see the criteria that we've chosen and the measures that we've chosen to look at to help us to get to meeting that objective. What we'd like for you ideas is to focus solely on the objectives and how we can meet the thriving and healthy residents or any of the other priority areas in Howard County.
If you are an employee within a Howard County government agency or within a Howard County-based nonprofit organization, which means that it's an established 501c3 in Howard County, Maryland, then you can apply for an innovation fund. However, we know that there are many different sectors out there, and so we encourage partnerships and cross-sector collaboration. If you're a business with an excellent idea, we encourage collaboration with a government agency or a nonprofit in Howard County.
Application process. What we would like you to do is visit the online Innovation Fund portal. On there, you will read and agree to the application process. You will also see information about what type and the amount of funding that you should apply for and what we do not fund. When you are filling out your online application, we want you to let us know which priority areas you will be impacting and how it will benefit Howard County, as well as provide us with a detailed budget. And this information will be used in order to help us determine funding and how we move forward.
To underscore what we do not fund, these are projects that are not new or innovative to Howard County. However, if there is a best practice that's done in another county, and while it may not be new, is absolutely new and innovative to Howard County, then that could be considered. If that are designed to only supplement operations will not be considered. So for example, if there's an application that is submitted and at the end of the day, the bottom line is asking for an increased number of printers and there's no justification for how that's innovative, that will not be as competitive as perhaps an application that's submitted for 3D printing. That's just an example. Further, we will not fund projects that rely on has not been identified or pay for personnel costs without a plan to absorb those costs later. we highly encourage the organization to consider that. So for example, if there's licensing and maintenance costs, which there is no funding for, this innovation fund cannot cover those out years. Brandy went over Howard County's priorities. So if the project does not align with those priorities, it will not be. And finally, the project must be executed in 2020. If it is not executed, meaning if the project has not or will not launch by December of 2020, then it will not be funded.
This is an Innovation Fund page, and this is where you can go to get additional details and information about the fund.
We describe what the priority areas and then underscore the key elements that your idea should cover. It also goes and you can immediately click to apply. Finally, if you have further questions for either of us or have general questions, please do not hesitate to submit those questions to innovation@howardcountymd.gov. You may submit questions all the way up to the application deadline, but please don't wait so that we have adequate time to fully address any questions that you may have. Thank you for joining us today for this webinar, and we are excited for this opportunity and look forward to your application.